I've said it before, and I will undoubtedly say it again, that one of the wonderful things about the Steam NextFest is the serendipitous moments where a game that you've heard of, but you think, oh, I know what that is, I've heard of that, that's this kind of game, I've got no interest in playing that. And sometimes Steam throws it at the top of the NextFest window with a screenshot that you look at and go, wait, what? Because I was, and still am, realistically, very much under the impression that Hell Is Us was a survival modern military shooter game. That was the impression that I got of it from what little I had heard about it. So when I saw it at the top of the Steam NextFest with some really weird creatures and some guy with a sword, I kind of did a double take, because it was like, is this a different game? This doesn't look like what I thought it was. And I flipped through some screenshots and it's like, this definitely doesn't look like what I thought it was. And then I watched the trailer, because I don't normally watch trailers, and it's like, this really isn't what I thought it was. Click install demo. So whilst I still think that this is probably not the kind of game for me, it might be, and therefore I'm going to try the demo. That makes sense? The game is a work of fiction. Similar scenes of violence and urban guerrilla warfare included for narrative and entertainment purposes. Our game has no map. No, oh no. You will need to pay attention to your environment, listen, and be vigilant. In that case, I am Uber. So games from the demo will not be compatible with the full retail version of Hell Is Us. No map, obviously. Yes, I would like to be shown tutorials. I know nothing about what to expect here. Did that just appear? Was it supposed to? That man has curly hair. Curlier even than mine, which is impressive. Nice Dutch tilt.
It's a true serum. It's still experimental, hence the polygraph.
You have
I would have tortured you.
An interesting
my employers insist I use their concoction.
face.
Now,
This man is half chin.
how did you get into Hadia?
Hedia.
The yellow brick road.
That looks a bit like Tom Kavanagh.
Apparently, needs more time. While it's going through your system, curious about something. Why did you do it?
Anyone in my shoes would have done the same.
I think you overestimate human beings.
I
don't
certainly
think you
did.
realize the time, money, and resources that went into this operation. You pissed off the wrong people.
No, I do. I
But
overestimate human beings. I don't
I'm getting
underestimate
ahead
them.
of myself.
Anyway. Is this all pre-rendered?
You were smuggled out of Hadia at age 5, grew up in the foster care system, and dabbled in criminal activities.
His
You
lips are a little
managed to
bit
pull
kind of
yourself together and become a
jiggly.
decorated soldier. After decades of trying to get back into Hadia, well, you decided to take matters into your own hands. Oh, it seems we are ready. How did you get into Hadia?
I asked for a transfer to the UN peacekeepers, who were deployed inside Hadia. It backfired. When the paperwork cleared, Hadia's civil war was in full swing and the peacekeepers pulled out. I reported to my new unit, stole some gear, and crossed the mountains.
Why come back?
Is this a framing narrative? Or is this the intro?
My parents. I wanted to find them. I needed to confront them.
How did you know your parents were still in Hadia?
I didn't. My only memory was that my father was the blacksmith of a village of Jova.
Getting into Hadia is just as hard as leaving. Tell me, who smuggled you out?
My mother.
What happened?
She sat me down in the back of a truck, gave me her necklace, and shut the door.
I'm liking the
She
setup.
didn't say anything?
She told me, never come back.
Yeah, framing narrative or actual setup. I'm going with the former. It would offer opportunity for narration. So this is flashback, so to speak. He looks a bit weird with the helmet on. Get your curls out, mate. Why have you taken the vest off? Nice fisherman's sweater. Okay. So, left stick movement, right stick camera. Quite sensitive. That's fine for now. Nothing on... Oh. I was going to say nothing on any button except this is the touchpad. Weapons. Don't think the microphone's sensitive enough to pick up the fact that the speaker... No, it's not quite loud enough. The speaker on the DualSense is actually making sounds with the interface. Is this a game that came out on the PlayStation and is now being ported to PC, or is this a brand new? I don't know. As I said, I know nothing. Click stick to run. No jump button. Interestingly. Gather. Oh, there we go. That was really unresponsive. Observe. Unknown language. Right, what was that thing that we picked up? An heirloom necklace. Was it that? No, it was that. A large gold cast medallion with 8 figures and a sphere embossed into one side. There we go. Just a static image. It's not got a Resident Evil style 3D rotation. Yeah, we've got no jump, so unless we're supposed to have a jump and movement is very smooth and fluid. Oh no! These small ledges. That's a log. Can I get under the bridge? If I can, I don't have a crouch, so... Oh, good. Graveyard. Wonderful. I like the texture work on these gravestones. All the fungi and stuff. Oh. Sorry, stepping on your grave. Do apologise. I am getting a surprising amount of textural feedback through the controller. It's not quite every footstep, but it's... I don't know. Okay, so we've got a graphic representation of a save point. That was a cow. No. Yes? Yes. Interesting little crater. In terms of atmosphere and ambience, hello. Conversations can be started with many characters you encounter. Conversation topics can be chosen based on datum, which represents a specific piece of information you have previously encountered. Conversing with characters may reveal additional datum, which can open up new topics of conversation. Topics that are relevant for your main objectives are listed on the left side of the screen. Listed on the right side are optional topics, which reveal more about the situation, culture, or history of Hadia. Nothing to trade. Let's talk.
You must be lost to wander around Sinedra Forest. I'm afraid I have very little to offer. You're welcome to stay and catch your breath. Frankly, I could use the company.
What an animated face. An elderly farmer?
Who are you?
The name's Ernest Cadell. My family has tilled the earth here for generations. When the Sabinian army dug in for the winter, they used our home as their headquarters. I wasn't here at the time, but my sons were. When I finally came back, the Sabinians were long gone.
Is it their graves outside?
They left my sons' bodies in the forest. My only solace is knowing that my fourth son might still be alive. I hope he finds his way home, if he's out there somewhere. President Yanko, no matter how you feel about the bastard, he held everything together. His grandiose vision of unification kept a fragile peace together. That and his excessive brutality. He was the one that turned Hadia into a prison. No one was allowed out or in, keeping old grudges bobbling on the pot's rim, just waiting to boil over. When President Yanka blew his head off, the hand holding the lid was gone. War was inevitable. I managed to survive 2 years of this damn war. No parent should have to bury a child.
Yeah.
Let alone 3. I'm left to endure this torment. That's what we do. We carry on, no matter what. Despite all of it, I know we Palamists will win this war. We have Setharis on our side. The Sabs only pretend to worship him, which will be their undoing. Trust me. I don't know much about them. All I know is that the peacekeepers...
Quite a heavy amount of exposition, but it is at least optional.
I saw them was when
I
they were
like
leaving the country.
having at least a little bit of context.
I was walking on the side of the road when a convoy of white trucks rolled by. I think it was a lost cause to try and quell.
I am reading this, I'm just not listening to the voice acting.
Now, I damn well. I've always seen we Palamists as creatures of habit. We are humble and modest and tend to help our neighbors.
Okay.
Do you know where the village of Jova
So,
is?
Civil War,
It's in
President
Marsh.
blew his own head off.
It's quite a ways from here. I'm afraid you're going to need a vehicle. Unfortunately, I have none. A group of strange-looking soldiers arrived here last night in an APC. And perhaps you can ask them for help. It's not the first time I've seen them. They always seem to be snooping around here for something.
Where can I find the APC?
They parked their APC just beyond the woods, to the north. Once in the woods, follow the wind chimes. They will lead the way through. I hung them in the trees so my sons would stop getting lost when they were children. Setharus, bless their souls.
Key for the fence leading from the Cadell farm into the Sinedra forest. Thank you. You can travel between areas with a vehicle. Nice portrait.
Hey, Gus, Arlo, Otis, please pick up. It's Atticus. I've been trying to call for days now. Phone lines keep going down, so I don't know when I'll be
That's
able
the
to call you
fourth
back,
son.
but I'll keep trying. Hey, don't go killing Sabs without me. See you soon.
(1993) the game is set in. That's a very specific time. 1993. What was going on in 1993? I mean, I was at school. I would have been in my second year of high school. That was what, 12? Yeah. There's a surprising number of dead cows out here. Ah. When you say you've got no vehicle, tractors are technically, well. Ah, this cow is alive. Can I pet the cow? No. Right. Open. Ooh. That's very Resident Evil. Investigation. If you're unsure of how to proceed in your main objective, open the datapad and navigate to the Investigation tab. Select the investigation to see all associated data you've discovered. Okay. Whee! Interesting. So again, based on what I saw from the screenshots and trailer, it looked like it was going to be a kind of survival horror, monsters, eldritch truth, possible some soulsy elements to it, or at least some action combat with melee. But what we have here is a very smooth feeling. I know I'm supposed to be following the... Following the wind chimes. Scorched Bell. Clearly we're going to come back here at some point. Probably with extra knowledge of whatever this archaic or arcane language is. That's a shiny thing. What are you, shiny thing? No way of getting up to it. No climbing, no jumping. Yet, at least. Ah. That's very specifically illuminated, isn't it? Yeah, there's no map, so... There's the APC. Oh. Hi.
You found me. Epsilon 12, right? I can't see shit. I have blood in my eyes. You must have honed in on my distress beacon.
No, unfortunately not.
Who are you? I'm Sifo 451, Epsilon 11. I got separated from my unit. They're still down there behind that door. We were on an SSC and got jumped. I'm not sure how I got here. All I remember is hearing that door shutting behind me. I must have triggered something. We need the key to the APC. We need to get the fuck out of here.
He's unhappy. Who has the key?
Who has the APC key? The sergeant has the key. He's inside with the team. The Sarge is easy to spot. He's the one with a dark red poncho.
Why would you tell somebody that if you think they're a member of the rescue team?
I need to stop the bleeding.
Surely you'd assume that the rescue team member would know that.
We have a med kit in the camp we set up in the woods west of here. We marked the trees to make it easier to navigate.
Okay. West of here. Ah, okay. So we do have... compassy mechanics. So we don't have a map, but we do at least have some navigational guidance. Huh. We've got a lot of invisible walls, so... I must confess, I am kind of expecting to get jump scared. Ah. Nothing I can use to open that, so... Right, let's... Ah, there's the camp. Marking the trees was a good idea. Yeah, definite vibe here in terms of creation of atmosphere. This is pretty well done. Medkits. A vial of strange substance. Estimated time since anomaly collapse, 1056 years based on resonance topology signature. Coincides with 5th cycle harmonics. Further information forwarded to facility ZCO2 for further analysis. Complete imaging profile. Concentric pattern core samples extracted around anomaly locus. Proximate flora samples. What? I'm noting the odd patterns in the bedrock or in the grounds. That's not tire tracks, is it? That's not tire tracks at all. I'm quite intrigued by the setup. It's giving me kind of eldritch dug too deep vibes. Like there's a world beyond our own, yada yada yada. Which is my cup of tea. It reminds me of, you know, to an extent, Alan Wake, Control, etc, etc, etc. That kind of slightly more stuff that's messed up.
I need the med.
Trade medkit? Ah. Oh, okay. So the trade is not a... It's for trading them items.
Good. You got the med kit. Okay. See that ladder over there? Climb it to the top. Take this. You'll need...
An old, dilapidated mechanism meant to open the door to the ruins in Sinedra Forest, given to me by a wounded OMSIF agent without any further instruction. Can't use the APC because... Oh, it's the wind chimes. Right. Climb. Yeah, it's using the DualSense speaker as well for feet hitting the ladder sounds. Okay, more of that unknown language. It's going to turn out to be something demonic, isn't it? And... okay. Can't read that. Something open somewhere. Is it down below? I like it when games make use of the controller speaker. You know, if it's a feature of the DualSense that I quite like. Doors open.
I knew you'd figure it out. Now get the...
Okay, we could talk to him about general knowledge stuff as well, but whilst that may well give us datum, whatever. I'm also aware of the fact that we're 30 minutes into this recording and nothing really has happened yet. Some shaky ground. Yeah, if I was playing this properly for myself, well, I am playing it for myself, but if I was really truly playing it for myself, then I probably would stop and exhaust all of the dialogue options. It's got the thing where if you tilt the stick ever so slightly, he walks very slowly. There's some Knights Crusader? Templar style stuff going on here? We have a lot of dead men's. And a save point. Using a save point will conserve your progress. Upon defeat, any conversations, datum discovered, puzzles completed, or enemies eliminated will all be preserved regardless of save points used. However, weapon progress and loot gathered. Weapon progress. Preliminary dust analysis determines the site has been completely sealed since at least 937 AD, coinciding with the height of the 5th Limbic invasion. Successfully unlocked door mechanism to gain entry into site. Preliminary exploration and securing of first chambers. Collection and catalogue of items list below. Installation of base camp equipment. Just samples, drone imaging suite, 4 iron tools, iron shackles, 5 teeth from separate skeletal remains for DNA analysis. Unsealed next doorway in the morning of January 23rd. Ordered accused reveal possible entity presence. Exercise extreme caution as entity contact lightly. Set up contingency evacuation plan. I mean, it looks like they've encountered something that's decapitated them. That's a lot of very thick blood. Ah!
Hey,
Apparently I've got a gun.
hey!
Well, that's clearly not going to work, is it?
What the fuck?
What in the fuck?
Shit!
Well, this is weird. Slang. Oh. Oh. Okay, so the drone. entirely sure how she lost half her face mask, but she did. Cinematic.
Fuck.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, she saved our life and got killed. Well, clearly we're going to go and grab that sword because it seems like it actually does something. Can we have the drone too? What a cool looking blade. There's a weird sheen to it that's almost like it's not really here. When did we put the poncho on? Oh, hello. Lock onto the enemy. Strange weapon discovered. Okay, so we're going to charge attack on triangle, which needs to be held down for a while, but it's there. I mean, question number one needs to be, why can this guy use a sword? But hey, it's a video game. But yeah, why can he use a sword? That's it. Also, what happens to the body of that woman? Scan. First, the sinners are brought to the tower. Okay, so now we can translate stuff. I feel like... Did it say at the start that demo stuff doesn't carry over? Because I kind of feel like we've missed something. Oh, there's the woman. Oh, he's left his coat on her. Where does he put the sword when he's stopped using it? Does it disappear, or is it... I could have sworn he put it away. Guess not. So when it says weapon progress, I assume that is because we've got a special sword that can be upgraded and leveled up in some ways. That would be my guess. I'm going to go and check out this door over here. Or whatever this is. Huh. Right, so it's a puzzle door. We're going to need information to get through it. It's not the same set of symbols as the the key outside. Endurance restoration 2000. Household medkit suitable for treating minor injuries. It's very dark in here. Okay, not quite sure how the the guard system is working. And finally, the sinners will fall into the fires of hell. Oh, that's the solution to the... So fire is the third one. Endurance system combines two vital stats. Health and stamina is represented by the green bar at the top of the screen. Maximum health is equal to your total endurance. Maximum stamina is equal to your current health. As you receive hits from enemies, your health will decrease. In turn, this lowers the maximum stamina available for actions. Stamina will regenerate up to your current health level, however your health does not regenerate automatically. Combat feels weird. Right. Something snake fire. Ta-da! I have solved a puzzle. Once swallowed into the depths of the twin-headed serpent Tear, possibly, the wretched Sabinian vermin shall be excreted unto the flaying pits of the accursed Himalaya fields. There's that pickaxe symbol again. That's a sidestep, apparently. Yeah, there's something about the animation of that when you actually hit things that is throwing me for the moment. Different sound effect for the ladder. Going through my speakers. I am filled with glee as they enter, row after row, shackled in bondage of their own making. Asterian, Jahanian, filthy cattle. The stench is unbearable. How I wish my duty would take me to the spire, to hear their cries, to revel in their laments as they finally grasp the errors of their ways. Alas, my charge lies here. My queen requires it. Cytheris requires it. I am to shepherd the sinners as they await their final judgment at the spire. He seems to be adjusting quite well to this reality. Limbic capacitor. Instantly gain limbic energy with a wielded weapon. Is that the white bar? Hello there. Is the drone going to have any use in combat, or is that very much a... I keep expecting something to burst out of one of these cells. Hi, friend. Right, what is the white circle that appears around us? I would like just a smidge more information to help with the flow and feel of the combats. Healing pulse. Ah, there we go. When you successfully hit an enemy, faint particles appear around you. These represent a window of opportunity to perform the healing pulse ability, so a bit like a key pulse. This ability will consume the particles and restore health equal to a percentage of the damage dealt by the hit that triggered the particles. Particles can be accumulated exponentially over multiple successful hits, greatly increasing the amount of health. Okay. Did it say L1? Damn it. Oh, tutorials. No, R1. That's why that didn't work. So guard with L1, heal with R1. Okay. It's quite dark. Limbic capacitor. Okay, the drone will be... Oh, okay. We can actually customize the drone. Limbic sword. Yeah, so it's leveling up. Add glyphs. Okay. distract. Facing two enemies who fight in tandem can be challenging. In these situations, use your drone's distract ability. The drone can be commanded to distract the enemy you are currently locked onto. R2 plus circle. Okay. Okay. And there's a cooldown on the right. Fair enough. There's also a little beep on the controller. I don't know whether that is picked up by the game audio. In fact, I don't know whether anything going through the controller is picked up by the recording. Didn't think about that. Oh! Weapon choice. Limbic twin axes. In fact, I can check, can't I? No, that doesn't seem to be making the OBS audio monitor spike, so it's possible that you just can't hear that. Alright, let's try the axes, see what these are like. Too slow on that. I should do that right at the end of combat. This item doesn't fit here. Yeah, so the axes are for more aggressive play, potentially. X to perform a counter. Ah, but the animation does cancel your ability to heal off that. Interesting. And yeah, it is X. It's a completely different button press, which is kind of odd. One of those. Some friends in there. Ooh. Let no civilian captive cross the threshold of the jail clad in so much as a thread. All must be stripped bare as befits the despicable and the condemned. Okay. Every action you perform in combat has a stamina cost. Attack, sidestep, guard, sprinting. If it reaches 0, you enter the exhausted states. While exhausted, all actions will be performed much slower, exposing you to danger. Okay. I'm assuming those are like consumable souls. I'm getting a bit of a soulsy vibe. Ah, the drone is on cooldown. I'm assuming, potentially incorrectly, that the drone can be upgraded so that their cooldown is shorter. The healing thing doesn't seem to do much. Ramhead medallion. Okay, that's one of the things for the door. That's a boss arena. Okay. Most interactive elements cannot be used in combat with the exception of ladders and loots. Okay, my question...
Obviously you didn't die. Concentrate.
Framing narrative. There was no shortcuts to there, was there? I thought I was parrying then, but I wasn't getting any kind of counteract prompts. Do enemies stay dead? Oh, interesting. It looks like enemies stay dead. So we've got a bit of a survival horror-esque. Oh, not a mini boss at all. Something feels off about the... I am sure it's set. Let's check the tutorials again. Right, guard is L1. Yes. So they accumulate on the health bar as temporary or potential health, and then you can healing pulse to actually heal. Yeah. Ah, you need to deplete its stance. Okay. That was the bit that I'd missed. Let no prisoner be led beyond these walls unbound. From neck to ankle they must be shackled, that none may stride unburdened in the tower's shadow. Dear Marco, how you been, brother? The unit's been camping out in Sinedra after our big push. Gold is all hell, let me tell you. Feels good to get some rest, even if I was likely to lose a toe to frostbite out here. Hell, I got 9 more, right? Gotta tell you something, Marco. We found something while digging the trenches. Big old door, sealed shut and proper old. captain ordered us to pry it open, and that just don't sit right with me. There are laws against this kind of thing. Remember how Grandpa gave us hell when we tried climbing that old wall near the lake? Not supposed to be disturbing heritage sites, even during a war. Captain's lost his damn mind. Can't wait to hear from you. Your bro, Martin. Drone bypass. Reduces the drone's active cooldowns. Multiple suspected SSE. Sinedra region, southern Umbrahan. Locate and contain reported anomalies, investigate origin and evolution of sites, collect and catalogue relevant materials. And the APC key. Oh yeah, because he's got the red poncho on. And that was the door they found while digging the trenches. Understands. There's a war on, soldier. My dearest Marina, we trampled through Sinedra Forest with the fury of King Aster. Pals never stood a chance. They died like dogs. Must have taken out at least a dozen, scrambling around like termites when the shells dropped. It was glorious. We found 3 pal brothers cowering in a farmhouse. Pissed the pants as we took them out back. One was wearing a gold watch. Can you believe my luck? Sending it to you with this letter. Sell it and buy yourself something nice. I swear I'll return to you, sweet Marina, once we've killed every last one of them. Wow. Good deed started. So take that back to the dads. One assumes. Oh no! I can't possibly get past this. Yeah, so they're setting a war story as the kind of frame. Surprising number of consumables, I'm noting. Oh, hello. Linked enemies. You will often face 2 enemies linked together by an umbilical cord. This pair is known as a limbic entity and is made up of a hollow walker, a light-skinned humanoid creature, and Haze, a large monster of various shape. To defeat this pair, you must kill the hollow walker. However, it can't be damaged as long as the Haze is still present. Reducing the Haze's health to 0 will cause it to retreat into the hollow walker, who will then become enraged but vulnerable to attacks. In this state, a hollow walker's limbic energy, represented by the white bar, cannot be reduced and will gradually replenish. If the limbic energy fully replenishes, it will return to a state of invulnerability, and the haze will re-emerge. Like that. It's a... I suspect this is a system that is actually fairly straightforward, but it's currently coming across as quite complicated. Ramhead Medallion, Sinedra Forest Zone 3, 9th century, found near the door. Okay. Right, is this a haze one? Yes. Weapon level up. Okay, so you literally level it up by killing stuff with it, which makes sense. If I was going to have a potentially living sword. Okay, we've got another door. Yeah, we've got elements of Souls-like. We've got elements of kind of survival horror. The healing system is an interesting one. Obviously, when we're facing off against these single enemies, it's not so bad. I think the exhaustion system is possibly a bit much. Realistically, actually, I don't think we need a stamina system with this at all. I think the combat has already got enough complexity without actually having to try and manage stamina as well. Oh, this was the entrance. Okay, it's got a little hatch on the top for the drone. A little slot, in fact. So this is going to be our base camp style thing. Okay. So we can't get back in that way. So in order to get back to that door, we literally have to retrace our steps. However, all the enemies seem to stay dead. I really cannot tell whether the heal system is working as intended, because we also lose... Oh, shoot. Yeah, I'm reasonably confident in saying that I think this combat would actually be more fun without this stamina / exhaustion system. I think it adds an unnecessary layer of complexity. It's just one more thing that you need to watch. Oh, we can travel to the APC from any save point we get to. Yeah, there's a certain degree of stiffness to the character movement and motion that means that if you are going to engage us in multi-enemy fights, then you need to give us the tools to work with those. And a stamina system with a long-lasting exhaustion debuff is, I think, a questionable choice. Oh shit. A glyph. Frightful ambush. Use mechanics. Set and trigger. Lock on required. No. Cost 200 limbic energy. 500 damage. 5 meter explosion radius. Spawn a pool of pure terror energy. It can be activated at will, leaving the seized limbic entities in a dreadful pain. For too long we have suffered those whose sinful hearts begat calamity after calamity upon us. Let this grand edifice stand as a testament to our righteousness, a shining beacon in the sea of immorality, a reminder to all that none escape his gaze. Here we purge heresy, here we purify the kingdom, here we reclaim our faith. I'm quite intrigued as to what people are saying about this game. It seems to be combining quite a number of systems. Time loops. Huh. Yeah, I like the setup, I like the premise. Unfortunately, I don't think the combat is quite right for the types of combat they've presented. And keep in mind, all they've shown us so far is some basic dudes. So it looks like transportation is going to be via world map. That's where the village is. Right. How? I suppose I follow the wind chimes in reverse, don't I? Oh. Oh, that's a tree? I was going to say, what is that? Established forward command post. Old region. Oh, I'm going to have to use one of these med kits, I think. Let's see how... Right, how do I... Okay, reasonable chunk of health. So, well, the cow's still here. So the creature hasn't attacked the cow. And this is why there's the trade option, because we can hand him his...
Thank you for bringing this watch back to me.
We can be kind.
My eldest. My father gave it to me, and I gave it to Otis. I'll give it to Atticus if he ever comes home.
Something tells me he probably won't. Okay, we did a good thing. Interesting, we cannot travel to the APC from that one. Not sure why. Yeah. The vibe that I'm getting, the feeling that I'm getting, is that they have tried to do something different with the health and stamina system in this game. And you know, I applaud that as an ideal. Yeah, I think you need to hit R1 when the rings are still actual drawn lines rather than when they're starting to dissipate. But it's not clear. Yeah, they're trying to do something different with health and stamina. And I think by adding the extra exhaustion penalty, I think they've probably made it just a bit too convoluted, too tricky to manage for the average idiot like me.
Epsilon 11. Epsilon 11, sound off. Why are you in Akasa Marshes? Who ordered you? Where are my men?
They're all dead.
They're gone. The creatures got the better of them.
Abandon the vehicle and walk away.
Nope.
You have my word, no harm will come to you.
How about I give it back when I no longer need it?
I would advise against it.
It's just too convenient.
You have no idea who you've stolen from. Choose your next move wisely.
Yeah. I am liking the premise. I'm liking the setup a great deal. This is very much my kind of thing. Lone person against eldritch, hellish, demonic forces or whatever they are. But I'm worried the combat is just a little bit too stiff. Oh, those are lights. I thought they were things to pick up. I guess we're going this way. No deformable mud. That's a shame. But yeah, the atmosphere has been great. Interesting little side nook. I'm actually quite surprised the demo didn't end there. Also, I've no idea what the performance is like, but it's felt pretty darn good. Hello?
Why is this happening? Camille. Oh, my baby. Anna, my baby girl. We got separated during the evacuation until I finally traced them back to Joe without one of their belongings.
Jeez. Box of bronze acorns. You don't want a box of bronze acorns, do you? No. What? Okay. Sabinian territory? Okay. In terms of cinematography and artistic framing, that was a really nicely done shot. You naturally follow the helicopter and there's a big spiky sphere thing. And that's the end of the demo, because they wanted to hook you in with that. We hope you've enjoyed this early glimpse into Hell Is Us. What you've experienced is just the beginning. There's so much more to uncover. Wishlist, yada yada yada, September 4th. Assuming the combat stays as is, which I'm assuming it will be, because this seems like a bigger, more substantial title than some games that I've played. I am not sure whether I will enjoy this. I think I will enjoy the story and the premise and the weirdness. That's very much seems like it's my cup of tea, but it feels very much like they are trying to be different for the sake of being different. Now, I always speak about, and I'm going to speak about it again here, the idea of the USP, the unique selling point. What makes your game different from other games? And I think even without a stamina-based, exhaustion-based system, there is enough in this game that is different to be engaging. Adding a stamina system on top of it kind of makes it... Well, no, it's not even that I've got an issue with the stamina system. It's that debuff that you get. Because you're already trying to pay attention to healing and so on and so forth. Adding a debuff for screwing up feels like it's already going to double down on the fact that you screwed up. You know, I'm already out of... if I'm out of stamina, I'm probably going to get hit. And that's punishment enough, as far as I'm concerned, because it means that I have to, heal. But if my punishment for running out of stamina and means that I can't dodge, I'm going to get hit, and then everything else gets slowed down as well until this debuff runs out, chances are I'm going to get hit 2 or 3 times. And it just feels doubly punishing. I think it is an extra layer of combat complexity that doesn't need to be there. I think there's already a degree of engagement here that exhaustion system doesn't add a layer of fun to. And at the end of the day, it's a video game and you want it to be fun. Adds to that, and this has been a trend for in Souls games now for a while, the delay, the lack of readability on enemy attacks, coupled with the speed that they then come out. You've very much got an Elden Ring, Lies of P style situation here, where the enemies have an obvious wind-up, and then it just comes out seemingly when it wants, so you're not entirely sure when you have to parry or guard or what have you. And I think perhaps even worse than Lies of P on this, maybe not, but the speed at which the enemy attacks come out is really fast. So, I don't know. Maybe that is absolutely fine, or the majority of people who will be absolutely okay with this, but for me it just comes across as a combat system that's a little bit too convoluted for its own good. But maybe the healing system can be buffed. Maybe the healing system is as is because of the somewhat punishing nature of screwing up. It's an interesting balance. I'm going to very quickly let's just take a look at the old Steam forums. Demo first impressions. Somebody played the demo for 6 hours. Lack of boss fights. Plot didn't seem very interesting. Introduction to girl which dies when we take a weapon was trying to look cool but look cheap. Yeah, that was a bit weird in terms of narrative. I kind of feel like maybe there was a cut scene after that. Parry mechanic fell off. Yes, that's true. People unhappy that it's Souls-like. Combat is the weakest part of the demo. Yeah, I'm kind of of the same mindset. The healing pulse mechanic is interesting but a bit obtuse. Controls and performance, I don't think the control was so bad. There's a topic here called "You need so much help with writing and execution." Did anybody actually go through the demo? To start, you immediately are blocked by a tiny gate that you could step over, but no, it's locked, immersion broken. There are puzzles and unknown languages right at the start that can't be solved until much later. What's wrong with that? It's clearly an area that you're going to be able to come back to. Here is the big one. After going through the door with a wounded soldier, some girl with a sword in medieval clothing and a drone is fighting the Scream Mass monster and dies in a really dumb way. You walk up and instantly change into her clothes, take a sword and the drone with zero explanation. You have also mastered the sword and now must fight more Scream monsters. Yeah, I'm that moment, yeah, doesn't work for me. But yeah, it's the combat system. It's that combination of stamina and health into one thing with an exhaustion debuff. I just don't like it, frankly. And depending on how it is implemented and how it changes throughout the course of the game with the various other systems, I might find that a bit of a deal breaker. Don't get me wrong, I could always cheat engine around it if it was a really big deal for me. But as a demo, this hasn't quite done what demos need to do. It's got me interested in the sense that this is very much not the kind of game I thought it was going to be based on just the random bits and pieces that I heard about Hell Is Us. I like the setup, I like the premise. I think the writing, it needs a little bit of work, especially that one key scene where you take the stuff. I'm intrigued enough to want to play more, but wary about playing more because I feel like the exhaustion system might be a little bit shit, frankly. So yeah. Have you tried... This is very much, I think, going to be one of those ones where I open it up to you guys if you've watched this far. And if you have, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Hopefully you found some entertainment in it. Did you have the same qualms and quibbles that I did? If you've got this far, what did you think? Is the combat a bit of a clunker, but with some potential depending on which direction it goes in for you? What did you think of the setup? What did you think of the girl getting killed scene? Because I thought that was very odd. Yeah, Hell Is Us is an odd one. I think that's my kind of my position at this point. I do want to play more. I think that it could be quite interesting, but depending on price, I don't think this will be a day one release. That being said, we've got till, what was it, September did they say? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if the devs give out any kind of feedback based on the NextFest demo, because this is very much a NextFest demo. Oh, actually, it's already got a pre-order price. 2 months, 45 quid. Oh, they've just updated the demo for NextFest. A third-person action-adventure game combining intense melee combat with the thrill of exploration. Explore a semi-open world to find answers to your questions and face mysterious creatures all along your journey. See, there is some really cool looking stuff. This is some of what I saw in the trailer. That's wrong though, because there is a compass. No map, no compass, no quest markers. Following your instincts is part of the journey. There's some cool looking stuff, even if it does look a little bit Returnal. Swords, spears and axes, a wide range of weapons forged especially for fighting supernatural creatures. Yeah. It's not what I expected. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this look at Hell Is Us, the demo. It's available on Steam now. If you haven't tried it for yourself yet, and you were looking at me and looking at my gameplay and thinking, what is he on about? Give it a try for yourself. See what you think, and let me know down below. I'm really intrigued as to other people's opinions on this one, because I am very torn. Have a great day. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.